everyone, it's Elaine with Sweet Stampin'. Thanks for joining me at this different time at 5 p.m. Just trying to slowly, I guess, make the move to Thursdays at 5. So I'll announce this towards the end of the live as well, but I will be moving to Thursdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and hopefully that's a great time for everyone a little bit later. And I will, the reason why is because I'm going to start serving in our one of our temples here in Utah in Saratoga Springs on Wednesday afternoons, and I'm very excited about it. But it was a shift that my friend wanted me to do, so I signed up for that shift. So I'm going to shift my lives over to Thursdays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So I have actually a lot to do today. I wasn't able to play with the Bloom Boutique like I had planned, but I wanted to show off the new kits, and I'm just doing little pieces for the wish list raffle that I'm gonna draw today. So I'm gonna do it a little differently from the wheel because otherwise I have to enter it in the wheel again after I spin the wheel for the regular prize. So I'm going to put these all in here and shake those up. And we are going to do some prizes today. So hey, Pam and Carrie and Gwen and Joan. And thank you guys for showing up at a different time. Okay. And I need to have my little sticky note ready for the card. And so we're going to do a review on the cards that we did last week. And I have the product of the month to show off as well. It's really pretty. And then the 2 May kits. And yeah, and then all the prizes. So we have a lot of prizes today. All right, so there we go. And let's get this ready. Pull that up. Okay, so, oh good, Thursdays are good. All right, so let's go to this view here and do a little review on last week. So last week I did the Velvet Meadow and just made some simple cards with some of the extra pieces that I had from making this class. So these were the extras. And so I created this class as part of a swap with some other demonstrators. And we're going to have this class in June. So June, I have it on my other calendar. So I will be sending information about this class coming up, and the class will be in June. And so if you would like to order the bundle or the paper or the dreamy flowers to prepare for that, I think that would be a great idea so that you can get all your supplies in time. I will be including the DSP and the cutouts like this one that don't go with the bundle, and this one doesn't go with the bundle. So, and actually I don't think those do either. So I will be providing those cutouts for you, and that one too, so that you'll have those to stamp on. Oh good, Pam. Yes, I'm very excited about serving in the temple. I went and had an interview with the temple president last week, and I just felt so happy that day, and I just felt really, really touched, and it was just a really beautiful day. So I'm excited. All right, so this class is coming in June, Velvet Meadow. So I will be sending out an email with information and the supplies used so you can order them ahead of time and all of the information you will need. So, oh, and then the raffle is going to be Nope, because that's part of the class. For this card that we did last week, this simpler one, that's easy to mail because it's only one layer and then some pearls. So let's do that first. So let's go to this screen right here and we'll do some spinning and then we will come back. Let's see. Okay, Margaret D. So congratulations, Margaret. Oops, I'm knocking everything over here. Okay, there we go. So Margaret D. So I will be sending that out to you. Congratulations. And I was still working on one more card, but I want to cut out another flower and the little flower centers. So still one more in the works. Okay, so that's that. And then the poo class. So for the poo class, fourth card, I'm still figuring out what I want to do. Haven't decided yet, but it will be an amazing card as well. So this is going to be May 30th virtually. So the end of May, it's not Memorial Day weekend, it's the next weekend. So hopefully that's a good time. It'll be 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and I will be sending information out about this class first. So cute. So yes, if you want to order any of the poo items, so let's take a quick look. I know that one of the items, I think it was the embossing folder, is out of stock, but I don't plan on using it in this class. So let's just see. Oh, it's available again. So everything's available right now. The stamp sets, the 2 bundles, the embossing folder, and the paper. So if you want to order those will be great. But I will be including this paper and some of the ribbon and some of the gems as well. So this is going to be a really, really fun class. Very excited about it. And I'll be showing more poo cards and we're just going to have a really great time. Okay, so those were that. Okay, so now I have the wish list raffle. I'm going to shake it over here. Yay. Okay, and I'm going to draw the prize. Let me grab the prize for people who sent me their wish list. The prize is going to be this fabulous sayings stamp set from the January product of the month. It sold out. It was very popular, brand new. And then I suggest stamping on a piece of paper, or you could just stamp right on here so that you know where to put your stamps back. So that's just one little tip there. Okay, so not as many people sent me their wish lists as I thought I would get. So I was a little bit sad, but the ones who did have great odds. So here I am mixing them up. Okay, I'm drawing one. Okay, gonna read it. Oh, yeah, I stuck them together. We're on the other side. Oh, Carrie. Congratulations, Carrie. Super fun. So let's see. The sticky is actually on this side. So Carrie, I will be sending you the stamp set. Thank you so much for sending me your wish lists and everybody else that did as well. Yay. Okay, so now the product of the month for May is this gorgeous vellum. So this is called the Berry Botanical Vellum, and it's 12 by 12. And it's really, I love the colors. It's a peaceful pine. So we've got some polka dots. Oh, there's 3 or 4 sheets per design. 3. And then we've got some flowers. And then those are the same. Okay, so flowers. And then we have this fresh freesia. I love this. And then we have this really pretty flower design too. So there's 4 designs and you get 3 sheets of each, which is nice that you get like one extra. It kind of feels like extra, one extra sheet. So I'm going to be making some cards with this. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to use the Filled with Sweetness bundle with it as well, because that has like the berries and the fruit and all of those things too. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to put that behind me. Okay, so next week I'm actually going to be gone. I'm going to Vegas to see No Doubt in concert at the Sphere. And so, yes, I will talk about storing stamps. So I won't be here next week. I'll be in Vegas. I'm very excited about it. I bought a cute skirt and a purse and maybe some glitter boots to wear. So I'll take pictures and show you guys. Okay, storage. So, as I have shown previously, this, can't really see it, is my bin here for storing my stamps. It's like shaking my whole table. It's getting pretty heavy now because I've collected a few of the new design. It's from Daiso, of course, my favorite Japanese dollar store. And here's a plug for my new Instagram account that I started, and I'm going to start posting reels and videos called Daiso Diva. So I'm going to be sharing some of my Daiso finds on there. So this is from Daiso, and it's tall. Let's see, let's get some measurements. It's more than 6 inches tall, and let's get a longer. It's about 8.5 long. And this is like 6.5-ish. And then it is about 6 inches wide. So, and this is all part of the same like plastic series that I put like my cards in and that I've been showing on my reels, on my page, and on my Instagram. So this is the stamp storage. You can also do the dies in here as well because they're the same size. So you can have one bin for dies and one bin for stamps, or you can put them together and do one for flowers and one for sentiments. However you want to do it, I would get some of these. I also use these to hold my stamp chamois in their cases. So these are really great. Okay, getting heavy. All right, I'm like out of breath already. Okay, so kits. So we have a couple of great kits this month, and I'm really excited about this one called Pretty Party. I think it's really, really pretty. And it has these really cute balloon cards. So we're going to do a couple fun things with this, and then I'm going to show you the Serene Scenes Kit. And this is good. It's a little bit more masculine. It does have like a little Happy Father's Day stamp on there. So that one is going to be cool too. So this one comes with a stamp set. So we've got birthday wishes, congratulations, and it's time to celebrate. And then we have these great envelopes. You guys know I love to cut up the envelopes. So I cut off one of the tops of these envelopes that I'm going to use. And I am going to make some of the cards similar, but I've already got them mostly assembled, so it will go quickly. So let's wait. This one goes this way and this one goes this way. So this is the first card, birthday wishes, but of course I cut it in half because let's get the back of it here. There's a cute design on the back, so I couldn't just leave it, you know, I had to use the back as well. So here's the back of the card. And this is Fresh Freesia, Calypso Coral, and what is that color? I want to say it's like peach pie or something. Oh, it's not on here. Interesting. I would say that's peach pie. It says the other color is Flirty Flamingo. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do birthday wishes. The spot that they gave us was Cajun Craze, and I'm not loving the Cajun Craze. So other colors are Calypso Coral. I don't like that either. Fresh Freesia. I think I'm gonna try Flirty Flamingo, actually. I think that'll be good on this one. So let's do Flirty Flamingo. And we have birthday wishes on 2 different stamps. So birthday goes on this one. And then I guess, you know, since they're photopolymer, you can bend them a little bit. Should have done that. I feel like I want to bend them a little bit because, yeah, I want to bend them. Because I think that'll look kind of cool. And that's a nice feature. I'm just getting a wipe of photopolymer is you can bend it, but it's not going to work on this block. So I'm going to switch for this block. Take this off. Okay. No, I don't think it's Golden Glow. I really think it's Peach Pie. It really, really looks like Peach Pie. Okay, so which way do I want to curve this? Kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab part of it and then kind of bend the rest. Ooh, nope. And then you can just kind of play with it a little bit. The bee kind of comes up maybe. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, whoops. Yeah, birthday wishes. I thought it was gonna be happy birthday and I was like, oh no. Okay, my head's probably in the way, sorry. Okay, so there's birthday. So I'm gonna clean that one off. Just put that up here. And then wishes, I'm gonna take this off. And so this one is kind of gonna go up. So I'm just gonna grab that first part right there. And then I'm gonna kind of move this up and then move the S down a little bit. So yeah, when photopolymer first came out, this was one of the fun things that people were doing with them, because you can just kind of bend them however you want them to be. And look how much cuter that looks if you bend it just a little bit so that it's not straight. So this wishes, I'm just gonna do flat. I really want to pop it up, but I'm gonna do it flat. Because the paper pumpkin dimensionals are really tall. So I'm afraid if I do a second layer, it's gonna make it too tall. Sorry, I'm just gonna trim. I thought I trimmed all these off, but I guess not. So I am going to put some dimensionals, 1 dimensional here, and then I'll do the rest. And that'll go over here. Let's see, I'm looking kind of on my thing. So there we go, super cute. And then there's some sequins added there, so we can do, they've got 1 down here and 2 in between. I'm gonna do something a little different. I kind of want to put 1 over here, and then I kind of want to put 2 over here. Just like there. All right, so that's one card, kind of similar. Yeah, usually you try not to bend the stamps, but for this one, it's kind of cool. Okay, so now we're gonna play with the back side of this card that I cut. I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. So here's the other pieces for the fronts of the card. And I'm gonna grab, I'm just doing white. It's just easy. So I'm just doing the Thick Whisper white there. And the thing is, I don't have a whole lot of other pieces to play with because they didn't give me a lot of extra. No, I don't want to cut that image. Okay. So, okay, I might have to think about that one. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I'll show you the other ones. So next we have this one, and this one is really cute. And let's see what this one says to do. Oops. So this one, we've just got Time to Celebrate, and then we're gonna put some of the balloons on, and that one's pretty simple. So I've already put the balloons on, so you can see these are popped up, and these are popped up, and these are popped up down here. So now we're gonna do the Time to Celebrate. And so we have a little piece here to stamp it on. And I kind of want to do this one in the peach pie. Oh, actually the fresh freesia would look nice. We can do the fresh freesia. And I don't think I cut off any of the little pieces from the labels. Okay, fresh freesia. And we're doing It's Time to Celebrate. I love doing birthday cards and I love birthday sentiments. So we're just gonna pop that right in the middle. It's the first time I've used it, so I just want to make sure it stamps okay. Okay, that's good. And then we're just gonna add this to the bottom with dimensionals. So just a couple dimensionals. Okay, maybe 3. Okay, I gotta move my trash can back up here. And then this goes at the bottom. I wanna see where they placed it at the bottom. So they kind of tucked it behind here a little bit, which I think is cute. And then they added some sequins. Where did they add their sequins? So 1 here and 2 up here. Yeah, I think that works. So we'll do 1, actually, I kind of want to do 1 up here and then the other 2 kind of up here more. So it's like celebrate, okay? So that's super easy. Hey, Jan and Karen, thanks for joining us, and Judy and Melanie and another Judy. Okay, so number 2. So these come together pretty quick. I mean, I already adhered the balloons on, and then this one is really cute too. So that's the front. And then this is the back. So this one will be interesting. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this piece. I might just use like part of this for something else. Like I might just cover, you know, that part and do a card like this way. Okay, so I've got this popped up and this popped up on here. And then we get a metallic little banner here, so cute. And then we get just a regular banner to stamp on, minus all these tabs. Okay, So, and I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm actually Calypso Coral, I think will look good. Are there any little tabs on this? It's kind of hard to see. But yes, I do see them. Where'd this one go? Okay, so let's do Calypso Coral. I think that's Flirty Flint. We'll try Calypso Coral. We'll just try it. The other thing, you do need to take these off and unbend them so they don't stay in that position. You know, like you used to tell your kids when they'd make a funny face, if they continued, that it would stay like that forever. Did your kids ever believe you when you said that? I'm gonna use just a little bit of Versamark just to kind of protect from the orangey orange. I think I need to re-ink this. It's looking a little bit light. Okay, so congratulations just goes in the middle. Yay. Yeah, I think that works. All right, should I put that down and pop this up? I think so. Okay, so let's put this down. And then I'm gonna pop this whole thing up and find the dimensionals. So really easy, and you can get double the cards. You can add some of your own balloons. There's a really great new balloon set in the catalog that just came out that I think would work really well with this. And then, oh, they stamped some balloons on the envelope. That's cute. And then I know we have, oh, we've got lots. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna put some down here, a big one and a small one. And then we'll put a large one and a small one right here. And then we'll do another small one over here. Very, very cute. Okay, so this is the Pretty Party kit. Now let's take a look at some of the back sides to see what we could do. Okay, so like I said, this one, the back side looks like this. But I don't know what to do. Maybe we can put some balloons right there. Yeah, that would be cute. I think putting some balloons down this way would be cute, and then doing a sentiment. So we can take some balloons from the other cards. I don't want to take too many though. I don't know. I kind of want to like cut out my own balloons and do it. Let me grab, what's the balloon set called? Oh, Balloon Festoon. It's super cute. So here's the dies for it. And you're going to be amazed when you see the dies. So here's the stamp set. All right, Balloon Festoon. I'm gonna grab the dies first because I think you're gonna be, like I said, really surprised at the size of the dies because they're really cool. So check out the dies. Look at the dies. They're huge. Look how big this balloon is. It's like bigger than a card, which I think is really cool because you could use these in conjunction with the party banners bundle and create like a really great birthday balloon banner. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And so I think maybe doing one this size, you know, actually I think even smaller. Like doing one this size, one this size, and one this size would be like really cute to put those there, and then a sentiment. So that's what I'm gonna do for all of the backs of these cards. I'm gonna do that. And then for the backs of, so that's these cards, yep. And then here they are. So this one, these are the fronts and the backs. So for the backs of this card, I think I'm going to do, let's see, this side, yep. Oh, it's still a little too small. Okay. So this size, I'm gonna do the really, really big size and cover it, and then like stamp happy birthday on it or something. And that'll be a very cute card. Okay, so that's the back of that card. And then put these all back. And then these are like the little, you know, balloon marks that you see, the kind of light bouncing off the balloon. And then some balloon strands there. So that's what I'm gonna do for the back of that card. Okay, so I've got fronts and backs here that go together, but I'm gonna take that. And then let's see what else we got. Put this over here. Okay, so I don't have to use all of these. Okay, so that's the front of this card. And then this is the back. I think this is the top. Or is this the, okay, so there we go. So they're all on the bottom here. So I think I'll do like a couple more little ones coming up the side and then do a happy birthday right there. I'm gonna have a lot of cute birthday cards. This is such a cute kit. Okay, so we did that one, that one, that one, and then, oh no, we did this one and this one. Wait, what am I missing? Okay, we haven't done, no, we did that one. Okay, we've done them. So that's what I'm gonna do for these cards. It's just the fronts of the cards that I have here. So I've got them all in my fun little container from, of course, Daiso. And so it's got all my pieces here that I'm going to use. It's got my 3 originals. It's got, I'm gonna put my envelope top in there, and it's got all the little labels. I can put my sequins in there, and stamp set and dimensionals. Although I put my dimensionals in one of these little Daiso containers. So another Daiso container. And then I'm gonna use this balloon festoon bundle with the rest of them for the other side. So, but I also do use the Daiso boxes like this. And then you've seen this before. And so that way it goes all in there, and then I'm not storing, you know, I'm taking up less table space. But for these pieces where I don't want to be like digging them out of here, I'll use this. So these two go together. Okay, and I'm going to use the balloon festoon. Here's the stamp set. Let's find the stamp set, because I want to use this stamp set with it. Flowering phrases, fern, opulent, a flutter, balloon festoon. So I'm going to use like happy birthday and let's celebrate and enjoy your day, hip hip hooray. And then I can even stamp some of these fun things on there too, and some balloons. So this bundle is perfect for coordinating with this bundle and creating extra cards with it. So that is the pretty party and the balloon festoon. Super fun. So I'm just going to put balloon festoon in there. You see it fits right in there. And I take my dies off and put them on a magnet sheet, but the dies would also fit in there too. And then this is your little project kit. I know, aren't the dies like, they're so big. Again, I'll show you, they're bigger than the card, this one. But like I said, the party banner bundle would work really fun with this because you could use the big balloons on it, and then you could use the letters to spell out like a name or happy birthday or something like that. So these are really going to be really, really fun dies. And the same is true. In 2 weeks, I'll do the Bloom Boutique, and those dies are really large too. And there's some really fun things. Let's see, you could use a bigger balloon die and not run the very top of it through the die machine. So you could have a card shaped like a balloon, totally. You could totally do that. So you would run it through and just not cut the top off, or the side. You could do a side balloon card. Another thing that would be fun to do would be to cut it out and emboss it with an embossing folder. So super, super fun. I'm very excited to use that. Okay, so that's the Pretty Party Kit. So I'm gonna put these away. Okay, next we have the Serene Scenes Kit. So here are the Serene Scenes. Now this one has these really, really pretty envelopes, and I'm debating about cutting them. They kind of have a sheen to them, and they're linen, so they have a texture to them as well. It's a little bit hard to see, so let me see if I can show you on the paper itself, maybe. Let me know if you can see the texture of the linen on the paper. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see, but there's definitely a texture and a sheen to each of them. So we've got 3 different designs. So 1, 2, 3, okay. And then we have a tree stamp and some sentiment stamps as well. So we'll put those up there. And then we've got this texture stamp. So I'm gonna put that back on here because this texture stamp gets used a lot. Now it comes with a gray granite stamp or ink spot, but I decided to pull in some of the other colors. So they put the other colors down here that are used. So there's Fresh Freesia again, but since this is more masculine, I thought I would stick with masculine colors. So I chose Misty Moonlight, Pecan Pie, Mossy Meadow, and Secret Sea. So I'm excited to see what Secret Sea looks like. And these don't really have anything on the back, so I'm not gonna be cutting them up. So it comes with all of these little trees. So I think that tree goes right there. So it looks, I want to say like there's 2 sizes. So there's this tall tree, and then there's kind of a shorter tree. And then there's a bush. I'm pretty sure the bush is going to go with this one. And this is also like a linen-y kind of paper. Can you see that? Let me know if you can see that. So we've got a couple of that size. So that's for the Happy Father's Day. And then we have a whole bunch of this little tiny, tiny size. It's so small. So I'm just gonna pop all those out. Okay, and then we have like these little cool window pieces. So you can totally use these squares for other cards that you may have. They have a really cool texture to them. So this goes with this and kind of creates a frame for the scene. So we'll do one of those, and I kind of feel like I need to use the bone folder on these because they're just not staying down. There we go. So they're a little bit thicker than normal. And then we have this frame right here for this. And then we've got this last one for this big one here. That looks cool. Okay, so then we have, they want us to stamp, let's just do 1, 2, 3, on, so this is this one, the piece itself. I don't know if I really liked that so much. And I don't like it in the gray. Yeah, sorry, I don't like it. So I'm just gonna put the frame on it, but it's really pretty without the frame. And actually you could cut the card in half and then use this on the other side. And then you could stamp some trees yourself. So that might be something fun to do. But I do make one card that is the same as the kit. So this will be the same card, and then I'll make some other alternative cards with the other 2 cards. So this just gets some lovely dimensionals. So I'm just going to use these same ones. Oh, you know what? I have these edgy ones. Don't have to say edgy, but I'm just gonna, that makes it like a lot easier. So let's see. I'm just gonna cut there. Do that. And then that. And then I save those pieces. And then this one doesn't have a whole big edge like that one did. Oh, but I do have some leftover. See, I have all kinds of pieces and strips. So let's use these strips. Just have like random dimensionals. And I do want one to go here in the corner. Okay, just don't look at where I put the dimensionals because it doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't matter, right? Because you're not gonna look at that. Okay, I think I've got all little sticky backings. Okay, so this goes on here. So, oh, I forgot to cut the tabs inside and I can see them. No tabs allowed. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's just see. Oh, don't go down yet. Hopefully I can kind of eyeball this evenly-ish. That's really thick. Woo! Okay. So that, and then you just stamp hello, and then you put the hello on there. And I'm gonna stamp this hello in Mossy Meadow, I think would be good. The gray granite it's too light in my opinion. So let's see, stamp set, stamp set, stamp set. I thought I had it right in here. There it is, it's underneath this. And I need to just grab the hello. It's so small. What was the other one? You did it. Okay, I like hello. And let's put it on this one. And this time I'm not gonna bend it. We're gonna do Mossy Meadow. Sorry, my head's gonna get in the way there. Oh no, that's the problem with the linen ones that have a little bit different texture, and these are like not they have a sheen to them. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. So it makes it a little bit easier to smear. You see how it kind of smears? Bye-bye. Okay, so we'll let this dry a little bit. Actually, I won't. And I'm gonna just put this flat on there. And that is all. Hello. Okay, so I didn't do the stamping behind it. No, I don't like it. So that's my call. Okay. So that's the first one. And then, all right. So the next one is this one, which is this one. Okay, so I've already done those. And this one has You Did It. I think I'm gonna probably do hello again. And then they stamped that thing behind it. I don't like it. And I might do the sentiment like down here, or even just down there. I think I'm gonna do it down there. So it's gonna be a pretty simple card, but hey, masculine cards don't have to be fancy. They can just be very simple. So I'm gonna cut all these little tabs off the inside and then the outside. And then we'll pop this one up as well. So I've got all these extra wide pieces here. But I've got these thin ones too from another kit somewhere. It's too long. So I will use these as well. Okay. Get that off. And I'll actually put that back on. Save that for something else. Okay, so take the backings off. And then it goes like this. And hopefully that looks straight. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stamp. I want to use the Secret C, and I'm gonna stamp just a note to let you know how much you're appreciated. Yeah. And that you can stamp, you know, inside, but I think that would be nice to stamp on the outside. So that's there. You did it. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. That would be a good one. Or you could do that in the inside, and congratulations. So it comes with ones that you can stamp on the front or the back or the inside. I guess you could stamp it on the back, but I don't know if people would know to look there to read it. Okay, hopefully I didn't smudge this one. It felt like it kind of moved straight up. It's okay. All right, so that's my simple version of this card. Okay, and we'll kind of let that dry. All right, I'll wipe this off so I don't get myself too inky. Okay, and then number 3. This one's a little bit thinner. So again, I'm gonna cut those little pieces off. One day they'll figure out how to give us these pieces without the little tab things. I don't really see one right there. Okay. And then this one, I can use those little thin ones again. Yep. So this is gonna be the third one right here. And that's the Happy Father's Day. So I'm gonna use that. And they stamped on the envelope. Oh, whoops. And then we need one of these trees. I forgot to put the tree on the other one. Okay, so we're gonna need a tree on that. So here's, oops. There's the dimensionals for the tree. And then let's do some more of these. Guess it doesn't matter too much if they're crooked. Okay. Pull from this side. Okay. I wonder why they didn't include strips. They just did regular dimensionals, because a lot of times they will include the strips. I don't know. Okay, so for this one, they also stamped that weird, I don't know, I'm just not liking that stamp. Oh, make sure you put it on the correct way so the blue goes with the blue. And I'm gonna stamp this one in Misty Moonlight. I think that'll be nice. All right, where does this tree go? I don't see the tree. They say, oh, it's behind. What? Why would you do that? I don't want to hide the tree. Okay, so they put the tree over here. I will tuck it in, but I'm not gonna hide it. Okay, happy Father's Day. Wow, this is really dry. Yep, it's definitely drier in Utah. Okay, there's Happy Father's Day. Ooh, kind of smudgy. Let's try again. Straight down and straight up. There, that's a little bit better. I don't like this one. Kind of looks like Star Wars. How Star Wars has their, yeah. Okay, so then we'll put that on there. And then I missed a tree on this one. Yep, the tree, and then I missed the bush on that one. Okay, so tree to bush, and I'm just going to use mini dimensionals for those. I think that'll be better. Okay. Yeah, this is really pretty too. And then you can put the tree, I'm going to put the tree opposite. And then it's kind of fun to have the tree kind of on the outside, but I can't do it because these dimensionals are lower than the other ones. So stick that under. Okay, so there we go. There's a tree there. And then this one needs a bush. So we will put a bush down over here. And then we will add Happy Father's Day. Uh-oh. See that little tab right there. I see the other ones. And then where did they want this? They wanted it over there. No, I'm not doing it over there. Yeah, maybe right there. Okay, so let's see what's the best way to do that? Just some adhesive down the middle. I think, yes. Afraid to touch it. Yep, I touched it, and then it made a little mark right there. So you're gonna have to let it dry because there's a little bit of sheen on the paper. A little bit of a sheen. Oh well, my dad will love it anyway, right? Okay, so those are those 3 Serene Scene cards. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure I don't have any more on me. Okay. You could cut them in half, and then you could use the other side for just taking the piece like that, and then you could do that, and then you could stamp some more. So I think I'm gonna try that on some of them. I'll cut some of them in half and try that. Yes, and see what that looks like. And then I think that'll be nice, because then you get double the card. I love getting double the cards. But then we've got all these little pieces here, and this is the stamp set guide. So I've shown some of you this before, but here's my trick, because there's no guide on either of these as to how to put these back on here. So you can kind of see already what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna place that there. Gotta clean this off. And then got hello here. And I'm not doing the flat side, I'm doing the stamped side like it's being stamped. And then here, and then, what am I missing? I wanna keep the tree out because I'm gonna, oh, it's this one. And I think I will use that one again. So I'm just gonna put these away for now. So you see how I did that? So now I have them placed back on here, and the other two will go down there. And then I can put this on here to protect them. And then this is just a bag for the mini dimensionals. And you can place this in here. And then you can place the stamp sets in there as well. And if you want to, you can put all those little pieces in here, which I'm going to do since they're so little. I don't want to lose them. And then you can just fold that over and you have all your little pieces and your stamp set ready to go so that you don't lose anything. So I'm gonna make more with those. And then, hey, while I'm doing that, you can get, I'll show you, you can get 3 more pieces out of the envelope. But again, it has a sheen on it, so you're gonna have to let it dry. So I'm just gonna trim that off a little bit. And then I can trim this off at 4. I don't want to, I think I wanna do the other way. So I wanna trim this off a little bit more. So like, that's 4 1/4. And then I can do that at 4. And then I've got this piece in back here, and I can trim off those 2 sides there. And then this piece can be 4 inches wide, and you can leave the curve, or you can take the curve off. So you've got a 4 by 3 piece here, and you've got a 4 by 5 1/4, although I can tell it's longer than 5 1/4 right now. So that's 5 1/2. So let's see, this doesn't look straight. Okay, let's see if that's 5 1/4 still. Not 5 1/4. There. I probably took too much now. Nope, it's 5 1/4. Okay, so there's all of our little pieces. And then we can take one of these and put that on there. Or we can use this piece, even use this piece for this side. And then we could do a frame on here. And then stamp some of the tree. Let's stamp some of the trees on here. We'll go ahead and do it. So we've got Mossy Meadow. So we'll stamp, oh wow, this is kind of dry too. More wet over here. My inks definitely dry out more easily here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go dark, and then I'm gonna do a light one behind it. And then I'm gonna do one more dark one. I'll kind of bring it down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna let this one dry. Dry. And then I'm going to put this on top here like that. And then if I wanted to, I could add one of those, that other tree like in the middle, and stamp something down there. And I think that would be a nice card. I think I would put it on like Misty Moonlight or something like that though. I don't think the white looks that great behind it. And then this is another piece that you can use. So you can just cut off that little part with the fold on it and trim that. And then this is usually about 1 3/4 you can get, and then unfortunately you can only get about 5 inches wide. I'm not able to get 5 1/4, so this is 5 inches. You can, but it would just be like a lot skinnier, maybe. You could do it if it were skinnier, but I want it to be more like that. So you could put these on other cards, and you can do that with all the envelopes, or you could, you know, stamp. But like I said, people throw the envelopes away. So I'm going to cut up all the envelopes, and then I'm going to cut up the rest of the cards. So all of those in half so that I can do my little, or I could just do them all on the blue. That's true too. So I will think about whether or not I'm going to cut them all up. Okay, so we did these 3 cards for the Serene Scenes Kit. So I think it's a really, really nice kit. And I'm gonna do some alternatives there. And then I'm gonna let that dry. The pretty party. So here's the pretty party. And then I'll be doing some alternatives with these as well. And I'll show you those in 2 weeks when I see you again. So I hope that was fun. It's kind of like what I do with Paper Pumpkin, is I create one of the originals and then I create a whole bunch of fun alternatives. So this will be an alternative, and I'll just use some of that Misty Moonlight or Secret Sea. I think will look nice with this. You could use Balmy Blue, but I think it'll look better with one of the darker colors. And then you have all of these pieces that you could use. So you could cut some of the envelopes, and then you could use this, and you could stamp some trees on this. I think I'll do that. And then, or the sentiment and some trees. So I think that will be nice as well to do. So you could actually get quite a few cards from this kit. You just have to take a little bit of time to get these little pieces off so it looks nice and clean. And then you'll have all these little pieces here. So those are the 2 kits for the month. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to do the Bloom Bouquet for you guys. And that's the one from the catalog that's gonna last a year. And it's got 2 bundles. And so, and it's got paper, and let me see what else it has. I just put the catalog here. And it's the front of, it's on the front of the catalog. So this is the Bloom Boutique that they're using. So it's kind of like the featured suite. And then it's got the little boxes. So I'm gonna be playing with the little boxes too, and the scallop. And the scallop dies, they don't look large, they're not printed large, but they are very large. So you're gonna wanna check those out to see how large they are and all the fun things that you'll be able to do with them. So very exciting stuff coming. And oh, last plug for getting the 5 in colors for free. You just sign up, join my team, buy a starter kit, and you can choose these 5 ink colors for free, the ink colors on the new magnetic ink pads. And it's over $70 of value here. So $70 without tax and shipping. So you won't be paying any tax and shipping on these as well. So it's more like $85, I want to say, depending on your tax. And so that's happening till the end of the month. So reminder, next week I will be gone in Vegas. So have a great week. And then on Thursday, the 28th, I will be back, and I will be doing the Bloom Boutique Sweet. So I hope to see you then. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. And let me know if you have any ideas or comments of things that you might want to see with the Bloom Boutique Suite, and I will take a look at them. All right, thanks.